If you are a great cloner, you will be 90% ahead or 95% of the rest of humanity.
A framework for thinking.
Yes.
So one framework for thinking is this idea of cloning.
Yes.
As one such example.
Yes. Let's take the mental model of cloning. Cloning, right? So what we are taught is that if you want to start a business, you need to come up with something new, something that hasn't been done before. But the reality is that the world will very easily accept 3 of the same thing or 5 of the same thing. And usually it is an advantage to look at something that already exists and say, can another one of those exist, for example? Or can I take what's there and tweak it a little bit? So there's something peculiar in the human psyche, maybe going back into our history and our ancestral evolution, where humans look down upon cloning. But if you look at it, so for example, 2 of the greatest cloners, I think, in human history were Bill Gates and Sam Walton. Now, we think of Bill Gates as an innovator, and we think Sam Walton created Walmart, which was also new. But actually, they're both Me Too models. And Microsoft would not have existed without being a great cloner. So when we look at Microsoft Word, it came from WordPerfect.
Which was a company before.
A competitor that he took out. We look at Excel, it came from Lotus. We look at Bing, it came from Google. And you know what Bing is, but it's not Google. Everything that Microsoft has done well at has come from copying someone on the outside. And when we look at Sam Walton, who's, the Walton family, if you pool them all together, it's the richest family in the world. It's richer than Elon and everyone. And Sam Walton, by his own admission, would tell you that he has no original ideas. So originally, Walmart cloned Sears and Kmart.
For my international listeners, these are 2 big supermarket chains.
Yeah, and they're both gone. And in fact, Walmart buried them. And Sam Walton was one of the most intense cloners ever. So if he was driving on vacation with his family and he's passing some retail store, he would tell his family to stay in the car and he would go in the store just to check it out. And he said that there is no human who has lived in history or will live in the future who has visited more retail stores than he has. One time there was a manager of his and he would go in with his managers to these stores. Retail is one of the most transparent businesses. You can go into your competitor's store and you'll figure out the entire business model in 10 minutes. You don't need to talk to them. Okay, it's beautiful. So he went into this retail store and the manager says to him, "Oh, what a terrible operation. The whole store was topsy-turvy. It was really bad." And Sam says to him, "Yeah, but did you see the candle display? The candle display was fantastic." So Sam felt that he could learn from anyone. It didn't matter if you were a useless operator or a great operator or whatever, anyone in the middle. Walmart is just an amalgamation of ideas from other places. If you look at a company like Starbucks, we think of Starbucks as innovative. But actually what Howard Schultz did is he saw a concept in Italy. And his idea was that I think this would work in the US, right? And so he cloned that idea from Italy and brought that coffee shop experience to the US. If you are a great cloner, you will be 90% ahead or 95% of the rest of humanity.